Hello Internet, in today's video we're going to learn everything about Shopify Hydrogen actions. If you're familiar with the Shopify Hydrogen framework, you probably know that it's based on or built on top of the Remix framework, which is a full stack JavaScript framework, okay? And by full stack we mean that some of the code is executed on the server and some of the code is executed on the front end. In the previous video we looked at Remix loaders, and in this video we're focusing on Remix actions, okay? So a loader is responsible for getting the data and an action to the component, and an action is basically responsible for updating, whether it's delete, update, or creation of the data based on actions triggered from the component. And to be more down to earth, okay, what an action, a perfect example of an action for the case of a Remix or Shopify Hydrogen storefront will be the add to cart, okay? So let's say we have the cart, let's go to the code here and look at the cart route, okay? We have an action here which is basically responsible to do a few things, right, based on the different actions that the user can perform, okay? The user can add a new product to the cart, he can update a line item, he can remove, he can apply a discount, and so on. He can perform various types of actions, okay? And when the user performs those actions, we want to persist those actions to the database or to the storefront or to the cart in this case. All right, so let's do a demo of that, okay? So before we can visit the cart page, we want to obviously add a product to the cart, okay? So let's do that. We have added product to the cart. All right, now we can visit the cart page. All right, let's go and visit the cart page. This is going to send us to the checkout. We don't want that for now, okay? So let's go to the cart page as it is here. All right, you have the cart page, right? So from the cart page, we can perform all of those actions that we saw earlier, all right? So what can we do? And while I'm doing that, keep a close eye on the terminal, right, to see what is being executed, all right? So the one thing that we can do, obviously, is to change, right, the quantity. You see, the action is triggered, right? A post instance is sent. A post query is sent because I try to augment or increment the quantity, all right? I can decrement, another post request is going to be sent, and you can see that from the browser here as well, okay? You can see that if I open the network tab and I refresh and I do that again, all right, you will see what is being triggered, all right? So if I do like this, click here, you can see that we are sending a post request, unlike, like I said, like we saw in the previous video, when we're visiting, let's say, a collections page, when in that case a get request is sent, all right? In this case, in the case of an action, actions are basically post requests, all right? And when you send that post request, okay, basically you have everything that is accessible to, and if you look at action args here, they're basically the same thing as if you look at the technicalities here, they're basically the same thing as loader args, okay? So anything that you can access from a loader, you can also access from an action, because it's basically just a more convenient name here. Loader args equals this, action args equals this, and both have access to the request, the context, which we looked at in the Shopify Hydrogen architecture video, and the params, okay? So if you come here, in this particular case, we are trying to do various things like this. So I think that's pretty much it. That's all that could be said without getting too technical as far as Remix actions goes, or in this particular case, Shopify Hydrogen actions. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.